Governor Bush, final question before Governor Haley comes up. Many demand cheap energy, but are unwilling to see its production in their own state. When you were governor of Florida, you supported a drilling moratorium off the coast of Florida. Our next question actually comes from Twitter, and they ask that you please provide details regarding energy.
Sure. Well, as it relates to the offshore drilling moratorium that existed in Florida, it was interesting because, and Governor Haley will appreciate this. For 8 years, I opposed the drilling, off the coast by 100 miles, because we have, no disrespect, Governor, we have some pretty nice beaches. And you got to balance the economic interests with the environmental concerns, and that's what I did. No one ever came to my office and said, hey, the dangerous thing is to be 230 miles off the coast, where you have deeper waters. That creates a bigger challenge. So that's a lesson learned, but the simple fact is that governors ought to have the right to decide these things. And in South Carolina, if you want to drill off the coast, fine. In Florida, if Governor Scott doesn't want to do it, fine. This should be a decision jointly made by the federal government and the states, but if the states are totally opposed to this, they ought to have the right to be able to not allow it to happen. And as it relates to energy in general, I think we could be energy secure within 5 years with North American resources. That means approving the XL pipeline, for one. That means wherever there is this consensus to expand leases on federal lands and federal waters, which right now there's been a dramatic decline in. That means having a tax code where you fully depreciate all investment in the first year to create a massive expenditure in our own country, creating a renaissance in energy. That means totally focusing on this, where natural gas is used in a very different, in all sorts of ways to expand its consumption, because it's the lowest cost, most abundant source of energy in the world. If we do that, and it means also that we eliminate the export ban, so that we export our oil to use it as a national security tool, and it frankly lowers our costs here by doing that. And it creates high-wage jobs and hundreds of billions of dollars of investment in the real economy. Our energy sector is the one hope we have to be able to create a stronger and safer America and create high sustained economic growth at a far faster rate. And that's what we should be doing. We ought to be figuring out, how do we create 4% growth? How do we lift people out of poverty? How do we create higher wages for the great middle of our country instead of declining disposable income? The energy sector is a place where that will happen more often than not.